The night was quiet, but heaven was not. In a dimly lit upper room, Jesus sat with his disciples, knowing this would be his final meal before the cross. The air was heavy. Something eternal was about to unfold. He lifted the bread. "Take this and eat. This is my body, broken for you." The disciples did not yet understand. But history was changing forever. Jesus looked into their eyes one by one, then he said, "The unthinkable one of you will betray me." Shock spread across the room. Each disciple whispered, "Is it I, Lord?" But Judas already knew. The bread and wine, he lifted the cup. "This is my blood poured out for the forgiveness of sins." This was no ordinary meal. It was a covenant sealed with sacrifice. Together, one last time, a hymn echoing through eternity. But beyond those walls, betrayal was already in motion. Journey to Gethsemane. Into the night they walked, toward a garden where destiny would be sealed. The weight of the world in the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus fell to his knees. The weight of humanity's sin pressed upon him. "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me." Sweat like blood, his anguish was so deep. His sweat became like drops of blood. Yet he chose obedience. "Not my will, but yours be done." Sleeping disciples he returned, and found them sleeping. "Could you not watch with me 1 hour?" The Son of God stood alone. Torches flickered in the distance. The sound of soldiers approached. Judas stepped forward and kissed Jesus. A kiss that changed history.
They arrest him. They seized him, not because he was weak, but because he surrendered. Before the high priest, false witnesses rose, lies filled the court, and around him, but Jesus remained silent. Outside the courtroom, people said, "Here is one of his disciples." Peter trembled. "I don't know him." Fear had taken over. The rooster crowed, and immediately Peter remembered what Jesus had told him before time. He wept bitterly. Pontius Pilate asked him before the crowd, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "You have said so." The crowd chooses and start shouting, "Crucify him." They shouted, and they chose a criminal instead. The scourging, and they whipped him bitterly for humanity's sin, again and again, the innocent, suffering for the guilty. They placed a crown of thorns on his head, as he bleeds for humanity, and mocking the King of Kings. Jesus carried the cross step by step, toward Golgotha. The sin of the world was resting on him. A man named Simon was forced to help him carry the cross. Even in suffering, help appeared. They nailed him, the Lord Jesus, to the cross. The sky grew dark. And the Lord spoke, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Even in pain, he showed mercy. Jesus said, "It is finished," and he breathed his last. The temple veil tears, the earth shook. The veil was torn. Access to God was opened. They buried him. They laid him in a tomb and sealed it for none to enter there. Hope seemed lost. The third day the tomb was opened because death could not hold him. The stone was rolled away and light shined forth. And Jesus appeared, alive. Death was defeated because Jesus conquered death. The Great Commission: go into all the world. The mission had begun. Ascension: he rose into heaven, but his presence remained.